It's summertime, and I have some incredibly wonderful and very obscure titles for you today. The first title I'm going to recommend is Enormous Changes at the Last Minute by Grace Paley. Have you heard of Grace Paley? Well, you have now. This is an incredibly overlooked American author. She is absolutely fabulous, a very powerful writer. There is one good really doc about her you can probably find it on YouTube. But Grace Paley wrote short stories, poetry. She taught at Sarah Lawrence College, and she was just a wonderful American writer who somehow got overlooked. So we're going to stop that now, and you're all going to stop everything you're doing and go grab a copy of Enormous Changes at the Last Minute. And I just want to read to you the opening of one of her, this is called A Conversation with My Father, and this is a compilation of short stories, so you can get a taste of her beautiful style of writing. My father is 86 years old and in bed. His heart, that bloody motor, is equally old and will not do certain jobs anymore. It still floods his head with brainy light, but it won't let his legs carry the weight of his body around the house. Despite my metaphors, this muscle failure is not due to his old heart, he says, but due to a potassium shortage. Okay, so that is Grace Paley, incredibly powerful, and you are right there with her as she tells her stories. And clearly, because it is summertime, I'm going to recommend A Christmas Memory. Okay, I'm again with Truman Capote. I spoke to you a while back about him when we talked about In Cold Blood. This is just throw In Cold Blood out the window, because this is a beautiful, beautiful book. It contains two stories, one about Christmas and one about Thanksgiving, and it is about friendship between a young little boy and an 86-year-old grandmother, aunt type character. It is beautiful, it is delicate, it is a tearjerker, it's teeny, teeny, teeny. It makes a beautiful gift, and it just grabbed my heart. I believe the first story, the Thanksgiving story, appeared like in a Better Homes and Garden or a Ladies' Home Journal when it first came out. But I think these are American classics that really shouldn't be looked over just because they're teeny, because this is just, it's exquisite. It's like lace. So I recommend to you, for your summer enjoyment, A Christmas Memory. And last, I will take you to winter in Australia, down under, with a series by Carrie Greenwood. And these are the Phryne Fisher mysteries. There's a whole series of books that Carrie Greenwood has written. This one happens to be Death Before Wicket, but she has a ton of them. If Phryne Fisher sounds familiar to you, first of all, I just love saying that, Phryne Fisher. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because there's a series on, I think it's Netflix, called the Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. That is the G-rated version of these stories. These are all murder mysteries, and she is a detective. And let me just say, things are a lot more risque down under, and this is a fabulous book. I didn't know who done it till the end. Agatha Christie would have completely approved. So I recommend, lastly, for your summer reading, a hot detective from down under, and that is Miss Phryne Fisher in A Death Before Wicket. So there you have it. There's some really bizarre, obscure summer reading recommendations that I guarantee you're going to get nowhere else, and it is absolutely my pleasure. This is Stacey, and I hope you'll leave some comments below. I would love to hear what you're reading about this summer, or if you happen to be down under, I'd love to hear what you're reading this winter. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.